Hello Virgo, welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Virgo is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Remember to hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. If there is anything you would like me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger. And I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Virgo, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And for you, Virgo, you get the Emperor card. This is a very strong, very assertive major arcana energy. This is it's authority, it's power, it's confidence, it is empowerment. This is self-control and discipline as well. So we got to find out where this leadership kind of quality for you is going to be needed right now. Okay, so we got to put this card into some context. We're going to do our Dove and Serpent spread. Okay, 5 of Pentacles to go with that Emperor. I think that is a good usage of our Emperor energy. And we've got some air, we've got some water, and some fire. 6 of Cups here, very, very nice. With the 6 of Cups and a 5 of Pentacles, I almost feel like I feel like a family member. There's something financial with a family member here. I don't know if a family member has asked you for money. Or, see, now we've got some Cancer energy. So, this is it, and a 5 of Cups too. And a Queen of Cups. This is some interesting energy. We're going to select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the factor infinite and unknown. And we are going to set it down right over here. Tiny Bob Ross right on top. Happy little Bob. Now, we're not going to look at that card until the very end, okay? But it will tie everything together and it will give us the confirmation that we need at the end of the reading. If at any point during this program you feel like you know what that card is, go ahead and put a comment, put a prediction down below in the comment section. We're going to do it together as a group exercise, okay? Let's take a look around here. We've got our major arcana. We've got the Emperor and the Chariot. It's kind of, this is an interesting thing. I feel like there's a family member, somebody close to you, and you're in this very assertive kind of energy, but at the same time, it's kind of like we want to give in and we want to give them what they want, right? So I kind of feel like there is some person close to you, maybe an air sign person. This is in the position of the environment. I think there's an air sign person close to you in your family, or it could be a close friend, but I feel like there's a closeness there, okay? So it's either a very close friend or family member, maybe even a spouse or a sibling, something like that, okay? But I feel that they need something from you. Either they're asking you for money or they're asking you to bail them out of something, okay? And you've got this kind of, this dilemma here with the major arcana between kind of the tough love of the Emperor and, of course, we care about this person. We want them to be happy and healthy and safe, and we want to take care of people. So you've got this Chariot card over here in your general energy. So we kind of have the general energy is the Chariot wanting to kind of give in, wanting to take care of this person, wanting to kind of save the day, okay? To make this person okay, to fix whatever problem they have in their life. But what's being asked of you, what you're trying, I think, to muster is this Emperor energy. And again, this is very assertive. And you have this ability to really do the tough love thing with people, you know. You have an intense ability to lead, to be very disciplined, I feel. And I mean like disciplining your emotions, you know. You have this ability to separate the facts of the situation from how you feel about those facts, right? And I think that's why we've got the interesting water energy that we have, the Queen of Cups, the Five of Cups coming from the Six of Cups. It's kind of, and just that, those three cards tell a story, okay? That this is the harmony that we kind of, maybe we miss, maybe we've had it before where everything was okay, everyone was getting along, and now there's some sort of a dilemma, something is off balance. There's some sort of, it could be a financial thing, it could be even, it could be health related, I don't know exactly what's going on with you, but there's some sort of calamity that needs your leadership, it needs your strength and your discipline, right? But the harmony that we had, right? And maybe this was the past, maybe this was kind of like, we're wishing we could go back in time to when everything was just, everything was good, everything was happy, everybody was together and everything was fine. Right? And now it's kind of like we don't like this Five of Cups. We don't like there being such turmoil. We don't like seeing people that we care about struggle. We don't, of course, want to struggle either, right? So we're kind of rejecting this Five of Cups where we don't want to feel that. And so how do I not feel that? Do I bail the person out? Do I let them do, what they want to do, or do I give them what they're asking me for? Okay, is that a way of restoring our Six of Cups, our tranquility, our happiness, our harmony, the good, fine, everything's great kind of energy? Or do we do the tough love thing, and do we fortify ourselves against our emotions and just kind of reject how we feel and just say, yeah, I feel all twisted up about this, but I know that the right thing to do is X, Y, Z, right? I don't know what it is. I don't know what the right thing to do is. So we're searching ourselves to kind of find out, like, what does this mean? What does this mean for us? What are we supposed to do? Okay? And I think that maybe it feels financial to me, I'll tell you that. But the Emperor is really, this is a very in control kind of card, and I'm happy that you have this as your energy right now. This is what's being asked of you. This is what this situation is kind of drawing out of you, is your Emperor quality. Now, the Emperor has many advisors, right? One of which is the emotions. So the emotions are one data set that you have to take into account here. But there are other things to take into account, such as the fours that we see here, right? The Four of Wands and the Four of Swords. Very interesting. Very interesting, because it kind of is, for one, as I said, the emotions are one set of data that need to be considered, but also you need to kind of fortify yourself against the emotions and look at the facts as objectively as you can. That's kind of the Four of Swords here, where we're not making any decisions yet. Okay, you're somebody that, you're not very impulsive, I don't think. I feel like you tend to listen, and you tend to be, you're a good Emperor. You tend to listen to what everybody's saying with an open mind, right? But with an open mind, yes, but not with being swayed by what they say. When people come and they ask you for something, and they use this very sad kind of the puppy dog eyes, right? That we can't resist. You can usually resist that, okay? And that doesn't mean that you're going to say no, but it means that you're going to be confident in your decision here, because you know that you weren't manipulated by any of those puppy dog eyes. Does that make sense? So you're listening with an open mind, but you're still very fortified against being influenced by people and being influenced by others begging and pleading and their appeal to your emotions. Okay, I wouldn't be surprised if you even were in like a kind of a debate club or something when you were in school, or if you've studied logic or something like that in a very formal way, because I feel like you kind of, or maybe you've been through a lot of therapy or counseling or something, or you're a therapist or a counselor, because I feel like you kind of know how to separate the emotions out of things, that you know you need to feel how you feel, and you need to accept your feelings and acknowledge them, but you also know how to kind of to recognize when you're being influenced by those emotions. Yeah. And I think the Four of Swords is really indicative of that. Now, we also see the Four of Wands here. And again, it is something that you want to restore the Six of Cups with this person. I don't know who they are. Again, it could be a family member, friend. Somebody's in a bind, right? And maybe you're in a bind with them. Okay, that's possible. But either way, the Four of Wands is you trying to see how things are going to play out. You know, if I do option A, what's going to follow from that? If I do option B, what's going to follow from that? Yeah. And I think that it's, in some ways, you're kind of expecting the outcome here with the Four of Wands. You're expecting this to be a habit. Yeah. Let's say, you loan somebody some money to help them out, and they have a bill or something, their electricity bill or whatever. You give them some money, you pay for it, right? That sets up a precedent where they're going to then, next time they're in a bind, who's the first person they're going to call? Yeah, you. So, we have to take that into account as well. And we kind of see that, hey, maybe this isn't the first time that this person has asked you. Maybe that's it. Maybe this is now you're starting to see that I'm always the first person they call because they know I'm gonna give it to them, and so that's kind of the Four. We're seeing that there's a particular cycle. There's a pattern to this, and either this is maybe the first time or this is part of the pattern, but you can see that it's going to become a pattern. If nothing else, you know that, well, then next time they're going to call me first. It doesn't mean that you're going to say no. It doesn't mean that you're not going to help out or you're not going to contribute. But I think what's going on with this Ace of Swords here, you're finding a very unique way to help out. You have this clarity now. You're kind of seeing, you're transcending. It's not just this debate, this kind of, there's this dialectic going on. And it's not necessarily that it's either option A or option B. I think you're transcending that. You're finding an option C that is kind of a combination of both. That's almost a compromise, but it's something that is very creatively developed, right? It's something that it's kind of like, aha, it's like a light bulb that goes off top of your head, I know what I need to do now. It's not a yes or no thing. I had some hair on my card. It's not a yes or no thing. It's something other. Right? So you're finding that transcendent solution to this problem. And that's what I feel is coming in the future. So don't look at it as, well, I either give them the money and then I set this up as a habit and then I feel that I kind of been manipulated by them again, or this is going to happen again. But my other option is to not give them anything and let them figure it out on their own. Well, maybe there's some other solution that you can find. Okay. Moving over to the Path of the Serpent. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It is totally free. It doesn't cost anything. Leave a comment. I love reading the comments. That's my favorite part of this, is hearing from all of you. I know I'm not that good at replying to comments, but I'm working on it. I do read every comment, though, and I really do appreciate them. Okay. Chariot card here in your general energy. Trying again. This is some Cancer energy. Okay, this is... and maybe there's a significant Cancer person in your life. That's possible. But I feel like this is us kind of trying to fortify ourselves against the emotions, right? Against the feeling as if we are being led by just how we feel. We see something and we become moved, right? That's why they call it that. When you experience something that really makes you feel a certain way, you say, oh, that movie or that person or that speech or that whatever, it just moves me, right? It moves us. Think about what that means, right? It pushes you. You're doing something that you wouldn't otherwise have done, right? And usually that's a very good thing, right? We have feelings towards something. It moves us to take action of compassion, of help, of love, very good things. But not always, because some people can find ways to say, I know how human nature works. I know that humans are moved by things. So if I need something, if I want a human being to move in a certain way, I know one way to make that happen, right? So this is us recognizing that and I think fortifying ourselves against that a little bit, recognizing it, right? It doesn't mean that you're going to say yes or no. Again, I think you're finding that transcendent light bulb idea. But this is you, I think, trying to do that. I also feel that this is something that has to do with your home. Okay? This is something that has to do with, I feel like some sort of a living situation. Maybe it's something to do with rent or a mortgage or something at the house, or maybe it is like a utility kind of thing, a bill, or I don't know. But it's something to do with the home. And I'm really getting the feeling that this is a sibling or something, right? Something like that. I feel like they're very close in age to you because of this, the Prince of Swords here in this position. This is the position of the environment. It's the position of your relationships with things outside of yourself. And this is a lot of air energy. Sometimes we could say this card is a lot of hot air. Okay? So this is the idea that I don't trust this person. I don't trust them, as far as I can see them. That they're telling me something and I don't know if it's true or not. And so somebody's saying, I'm having this issue, I'm having this trouble, please help me, this is what's going on. You can't rely on that, right? Someone could say, hey, look, there's all these tragedies have happened and I can't pay my electric bill. I need help urgently. There's nothing I can do. And they give you this whole story. You don't know whether or not that's true. Doesn't matter, really, right? And that, I think, is really part of this enlightenment. I think you're getting a very clear glimpse into human nature right now in your life. And it kind of doesn't matter what this person is actually doing, what really is going on. Maybe they lost money gambling, right? Or maybe they really did have a lot of, car repairs or the medical thing or just, all these a series of unfortunate events that have led now to them asking you for money or whatever they're asking you for, okay? Whatever is the situation about which they need your assistance, okay? It could be anything, I don't know. Maybe they're just asking you to jumpstart their car or give them a tow or I don't know. Whatever it is. You don't know that you can really believe their story. And I think we're starting to wonder now, does it even matter what the story is, right? So what we don't want, certainly, is to be moved by the emotions. Here's the 5 of Cups, more water energy. What we'd like to do is get back to this kind of harmony where it's just like everybody's happy, everything's working out, everybody's lives are going smoothly. And again, I feel like this is somebody close to you, very close friend or family member, a sibling, something like that. Something like if they're not living their best life, you feel it, If they're going through a difficult time, you can feel that. I almost wonder if there's a twin situation going on somewhere. I don't know, maybe, for a couple of you, maybe. But because I feel as if what they're going through, you can feel it too. Yeah. And, I've got a brother, and I can imagine that if my brother was going through a very difficult time, it would move me, right? Of course it would. If it were my parents or my close friends or something, it would move me to do something about it. Yeah. Because what we want is for everybody just to be happy and healthy, and we want it all to. I just want to focus on what I'm doing and my work and developing this life and living this life, and we want everybody to be just fine, So we're kind of struggling with that with the 5s here, and this is a situation that it does move you, even though we don't really want it to. The Queen of Cups at the very end. This is interesting because I wonder how you truly feel about things, and I wonder if maybe on the surface level we're just like, I don't care. They can do it. They can fix it themselves. They can figure it out, right? That we have this kind of surface level emotion that we're just trying to, and it's our way of kind of just deflecting that emotional energy. But I wonder what's going on with you deep down. There's a need to really ask yourself these hard questions, these very deep emotional questions right now. The Queen of Cups is a card of emotional transparency, right? Emotional honesty. There's a veil There's a veil between how we truly feel and how we act like we feel. Okay? So I think that's kind of what we got to do right now. And maybe that's going to give us, help us to get to this Ace of Swords here, this transcendent idea, this transcendent solution. Because this is, in some ways, this is freedom. Because this is freedom from everything. This is an ace, right? It's clear. I'm not stressed out. I'm not worried. I'm not bothered by anything. My mind is empty. My mind is free. I am at peace. How do we go about getting this? And I don't think it's in either of the two obvious options. You either forget about them and you're free and you're just, I'm not bothered at all. Whatever they do is fine. I don't care. But then if we help them too, I don't think that's giving you any freedom either. I think that's probably complicating your mind even more, complicating your life even more. So what is the transcendent solution? Well, maybe this mystery card will give us a little bit of a clue. If you have a prediction for this card, put it down in the comments. I'm not going to take a guess. It's going to be some major arcana, but I don't know what. But I feel like the major arcana is going to, hopefully anyway, give us a solution to our kind of our dichotomy here. Yeah. So let's see what we have. Strength, courage. Maybe there's an idea here of a little bit of, well, I think the tough love thing is part of this. But I don't feel it's just abandoning anybody, and I don't feel like it's just giving somebody just everything that they want all the time just to make them happy, because that's not really teaching them anything, Maybe this is that card that says we're going to teach someone to fish rather than just give them a fish. Yeah, the strength card. And I think this is the strength for you also that you're going to need to have that kind of tough love thing where you're not just giving in to somebody all the time, but then you're also just not kind of ignoring them and pushing them out of your heart and mind, because I don't feel that you really can do that, maybe on the surface. But I think that there's something else that's going to require some effort on your part and some effort on their part, and it's kind of maybe showing them a different way to do something, or helping them to develop the skills that they need in order to avoid this situation again in the future. And the tough love that says, I'm going to teach you these things so that you can prevent this from happening again. If it happens again, it's on you. Don't call me, right? So this might be, okay, look, I'll give you the $50, but then also you're going to sit down and I'm going to show you how to do the budget. I'm going to show you how to do, and I'm going to set it up for you, and then I'm walking away. Yeah, something like it. I don't know if exactly that's what it is, but I think you get the idea. All right. Now we're going to do an extended reading as well. If you want to stick around, there should be a link up top. There's one down below. New readings for Virgo, usually every Tuesday and Saturday, but there was something going on today. I had to get in the studio and do an extra bonus reading for you. All right. And I hope this helps in some way. Yeah. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It is totally free, does not cost you anything. And leave a comment. Let me know how you're doing. Let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we're all in this together.